from Big City Luxury. We'll be doing another unboxing today, and I know we've done a few of these recently, but I thought this was important to get out quickly since it's going to be an upgrade to my video capabilities. So I've purchased a Canon EOS 90D, including a lens and a microphone. Now, there are a good number of these videos online already in terms of setup of the camera and how to use the Canon 90D, so we won't go over that. Just truly the unboxing, so you get a good idea of what is contained within this vlogging box and maybe just a little bit of the outside of the camera. Alright, so the first thing it looks like is the microphone. Yes, it is, and what I'll do is I'll unbox all the little boxes from the big box, and we'll go through each of the little boxes as we get there. Make some room on the table. Also included in this kit is a memory card with a fast 32 gigger Sandisk. And of course the camera and lens itself. Nothing too exciting on the back, or the bottom for that matter. So typical, you have your warranty card, you have your user's guide, a good thick one by the way, that's about the size of a dime in thickness. Canon shoulder strap, I'll get that upgraded quickly. Charger. Battery for the camera. Moving into the next layer, the lens nicely packed, and of course the camera body itself, and an empty box. So let's go through these quickly one by one. So this is a lens specifically for video. You can see here it is the EFS means it's meant for the crop sensor camera versus the EF for the full sensor, and this is an STS, so it should be nice smooth operating of the aperture. This one is the 18 to 55 millimeter. The camera body itself, the Canon 90D, the latest and greatest. It is a crop sensor, not the full, but it's a huge sensor, so nonetheless we'll get some amazing photos and video. Battery. And what I'm going to do here is stop the video quickly, get all the battery charged up, get the memory card out, we'll get all that stuff inserted in the next half of this video, and we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to part 2. Now that we have a charged battery, this is the LP E6N. I did purchase a second one as a backup because we all know that 2 is 1 and 1 is none. I have a larger capacity SD card, also SanDisk. And this is the V30, so it should be able to hold and handle up to 4K video, no issue whatsoever. So let's go ahead and take a look at the body here. The front, the top, the rear, the side where the memory card will go, the other side where all the audio video connections are, and of course the bottom or the base. Let's pop in the battery. So you just slide this little button to the side and opens up nicely. See there's like a white tab. This is what moves, this is what retains the battery. So obviously this with the two little connectors there. It slides right in, you'll hear a little click. And then you'll shut the door and hear a click. Okay, we're set there. And then we'll go over here to the insert the card. The door kind of slides toward the back and then it'll just pop open. Alright, and then the memory card itself, the SD card side with the little hash on the corner goes in. So the label on the SD card faces you as you're inserting it. You'll feel kind of a little click as it gets inserted. And then get to pull the SD card out. You push in with your finger and it should pop out the spring. And likewise, you can insert it and close the door this way, but you also have to slide it toward the front. And you'll hear a click. And you'll see that little red light. The little red light indicates that the memory card's been inserted. And while we're back here, let's take a quick look at the screen on the back of the camera. Get your finger in either at the bottom here at the base, or you could get your finger in here at the top of the screen, preferably with two fingers, and you pull out. It rotates to 90 degrees to 180 degrees, and then you can either flip it, and don't force it, and only flip one way or the other, and it'll flip all the way around to the front, and no more. So this does two things. One, if you are trying to get some high shots, you can look up. If you're trying to get some really, really low shots, you can use the lens to look down, the screen to look down. If you're doing vlogging, you can have the screen towards you. And then last but not least, it flips in like this. So when you turn it on, always does that, always does the screen, the sensor cleaning. And again, I won't go into all the details of the setup. There are many videos out there that do a great job of that. But nonetheless, the lesson here is when you're moving the screen in and out, don't force it. It only goes one way or the other. It goes there. And then to close. So when you're traveling, keep it closed. I always keep it open otherwise. It's a good screen. It's a touch screen, by the way, which is great. What else do we need to look at? So let's take a look at all these little doors and flaps here. First and foremost, we have the 33.5 millimeter mic and 3.5 millimeter headset or headphone. Get those two jacks here under this rubber flapper. Then we can pull open this little rubber flapper, and this is for a wired remote control. You can also control this camera wirelessly via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Again, plenty of videos on how to set that up. And lastly, on this little flappy here, you have USB. Unfortunately, it's not USB-C. It is not, which sucks, but nonetheless, here we go. And then a little mini HDMI port right there. Now to the front, you have this cover here. Simply rotate it counterclockwise, and it pops off nicely. And you can see at the top here you have a red dot and a white, like a little square. So a red dot and white square. And depending on the type of lens you have, I'm going to put the camera body down for a moment here. With the EFS lenses, you have a white square. And from off camera, I'm going to pull my EF 50 millimeter. And on the EF mount, you have the red dot. So we're going to take the EFS lens that came with the camera. Again, this is the 18 to 55 millimeter. I'm going to take the white square and line it up with the white square here. And it's a rotation, or a clockwise rotation. You can hear a click when it's seated. And now it's seated. To release the lens from the body, simply push this button in, like that, and counterclockwise. Ta-da. So again, white square to white square match for EFS, and red dot to red dot for EF lens. And here we do a click. So now we have the lens seated properly, and then last but not least, to have kind of the bayonet here, squeezies on the lens. So now we have the camera body and the camera lens all put together. And what we haven't opened up yet is this nifty box with the microphone that will sit up in the hot shoe. So let's get this open. We got the muff, the cattail, or whatever you want to call it, instruction booklets, and the microphone. It's metal. I was expecting plastic. So let's take this little plastic wrapper off here. Oh, I like that. So look, it's like it's rubberized mounted into it. So this is plastic here. The mic body itself is metal, and then some rubber here. So it's rubber attached to there. So it gives you really nice cushioning and anti-vibration capabilities. Tell you what, I'll take that off later, but just so we can see how this attaches to the camera. Simply, it's a slide in, and from a different angle, slide out, slide in, and then use this little turny disc here, and cinch it down. And then to release it, you spin the disc, and off it comes. So on, tighten, and then under the mic cover, you insert the connector just like so. And then for the wind reduction, if you happen to be doing this any sort of vlogging or video outside, that simply goes over the microphone as such. So again, thank you for joining me on this quick unboxing video. This is the Canon EOS 90D. This is the vlogging kit, so it includes the microphone, it includes the 18 to 55 millimeter EFS lens, and of course the camera body. Also in the kit came one battery for the camera and the 32 gig SD card. So next video, hopefully you won't be seeing this camera because it'll be up on the tripod. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye for now.